Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm here with Zoo, or otherwise known as Arvid. And what we're going to be doing today is showing our top 3 picks for the competition on the server. So this competition was set up by our mod Arvid. He's one of our most, or if not our most active member of staff on the server, and what he's done is he set up loads of different island plots for people to build in so they can create their own kind of awesome island houses on the server. And what I said I'd do was I'd make a video about it and choose the top picks for this competition. So in no particular order, we're not announcing the first place, second place and third place today. We're just going to be selecting 3 builds that we just, we really like the look of, and we've come to a joint decision to pick these 3 because of, their unique features, or just the fact, they have like, cool sort of interior, cool layout, and, all that kind of stuff. So today what we're going to be doing is getting into the first one, and this first build is done by a builder called Dealerblock. And I think like one of the coolest things about this build is the fact that it was just made with this so cool pattern. I've never ever seen anyone do this before, but what he's done is he's put a mix of, as you can see, banners which are chopped in half, and even smaller banners like, oh, I can see how he's done that. So what he's done is he's actually chopped doors in half to show the sort of underlay of wood. So he can have slightly longer banners and then slightly smaller banners, and he's come up with this crazy mix which creates this really cool sort of like tiled effect pattern. I think the fact that he's come up with this design is just mind-blowing. His levels of creativity and originality when creating this is just amazing, so I've got to give it to him there. Absolutely amazing job and coming up with this really cool design. Dealerblock, it's pretty sick. Another really cool feature that I've seen from this house is the fact that it's actually on sort of like stilts. It's elevated, and I can see why that would be, the case, to keep it off the ground. If you got high sea levels, or maybe, one day the weather is really bad and, you've got big waves coming up, it keeps the house protected from the sea. So, there's a little bit of realistic kind of thinking behind that, which I think is also pretty cool. He's also got a little pier here, and Arvid made a few template plots, right, for these like little islands, and I think Dealerblock's little island that he's created here is actually quite smart. I mean, it's not the best, but I definitely think it's pretty cool. Like all the landscaping, and all of that looks pretty good. So, well done Dealerblock for sorting that out. So I guess let's get straight into it, and let's get up the stairs and check this build's interior out. So I'm gonna go up this cool little staircase he's made. Let's check the inside. So when we're in the inside of the build, you can see the open plan layout. This build is pretty much all open plan. I mean, you've got the sort of living room here with a cool fireplace. Gotta say, I love this sort of like little stool seat that he's got right here. That's really cool. And I also like a feature which he's added, which is this black stripe down this sort of section of the build, which sort of connects everything, and he sort of kept that pattern flowing with a rug, the sofa and the dining table. So that's a cool little feature there. I would say, as one point of criticism, and Arvid also was sort of backing this up earlier, the interior does feel sort of a little bit plain, a little bit bare. Like, I sort of wish there was something like more going on. Like, we've got all this ceiling height and it sort of feels a tad empty, almost like it needs something or a little bit of rearrange. It is a little bit random. Like, I can appreciate the open plan layout to allow a lot of natural lighting to enter the property, so he doesn't have to use, so much like end rods and, all of that kind of stuff. And if you think about an island house, you really do want to incorporate that view. You're going to be on a cool tropical island. You want to see, the beautiful beaches and the rocky landscape and the awesome ocean that sort of surrounds you. So he's definitely taken advantage of that with this big open window, which sort of lets in a lot of natural lighting. So, that's a cool point about this project. He's also got a nice big balcony to also take advantage of that, which I think is, once again, a pretty cool feature. But the interior layout doesn't make like total sense. I feel like it's a little bit crammed. He's got a lot of space here. He could have rearranged it a little bit. For example, right here, there's this massive area right here of just totally unused space. What he could have done is he could have flipped the dining table and had it here. He could have had a kitchen here, but kind of moved it along a little bit. He could have maybe made a little bit better use of his space, which he had available to him. It's one of the points I could have, gave to Dealer Block. Maybe when he attempts his next island house, he can use that to his advantage. So we got the bedroom through here. Once again, I feel like it's a little bit plain. Like I would have maybe had like a big window here or something like that to once again, take advantage of the views. I mean, imagine waking up to, looking onto like a small private beach or some awesome rocky sort of like coastline, just looking onto the ocean, which would be pretty amazing. We've also got a little sort of bathroom through here. Once again, it's a little bit simple, but I do like how this sink right here blends into the wall. I gotta say, that is actually quite a cool feature. So I think that's almost the entire house included. We have a little place through here. It's just like a muck room, right, to hold coats, I guess, and just help take away some of the messy stuff from the house and sort of put that there. So you've got like a little storage area there as well. So as you can see, this is built by Dealer Block, and this was built in a certain kind of style, Scandinavian and minimalistic sort of series, and this is for the competition, of course. He's also got another nice little balcony out here, which once again, really does take him from that view. That's what I was talking about. I mean, you've got a beautiful view around you. You've got this lovely custom built island, and you really want to take advantage of that because, I mean, that's what this house is all about. It's about the location. So let's get into the next project. So on to the second project of this video. We have a build by Glitch, who was also known as the name by Red Hood from the last time I saw him on the server. So he's changed his name, and this is his entry to the Modern Island contest. So this is a pretty cool build. This is a lot of people's favorite on the server. A lot of people really do like this build. I gotta say, the layout on this build is pretty fantastic. It makes sense. The open plan sort of view that you get through here is incredible. Really does sort of take in the landscape, the scenery, the ocean, which is fantastic. And it sort of has a Merwin approach to it. I'm not saying that it's unoriginal, because he's actually included a lot of cool things that he's done himself, but it's sort of got that Merwin sort of look. Like the first time I saw this project, that's literally what I thought. I just thought of Mer. He loves doing these big sort of rectangular windows with the open layout showing through the middle. So maybe he's taken a little bit of inspiration off Merwin there. I don't know, but it's a really cool house. It's got a really wicked shape to it, which I think looks absolutely sick. It's really got them sort of concept vibes going for it. And the custom island that he's built once again just looks absolutely beautiful. So, great job on that. Let's get straight into it. So we're going to walk through the entrance. There's a shit ton of signs here, so we're going to go through them. And let's get straight into things. So I think that Glitch's interior design when it comes to furniture is also really great. I mean, like, look at this hallway piece. How freaking sick is this? That's pretty dope, right? It's nice. And also, the amount of natural lighting in this place is incredible. I mean, he's not really using that many end rods or, disguised lighting. And the place is just so well lit up. It's incredible. So, fantastic job on that as well. Glitch, it's looking amazing. I also love his light designs here as well. That's pretty awesome. Like I said again, his interior designs when it comes to furniture is pretty freaking amazing. Everything matches as well. It flows very well. He's used a nice texture palette. That's also something else to add. Wow, look at this. This kitchen's sick. And I love the big unit behind the kitchen as well. He's made out of using the doors, and as you can see, he's got a couple cabinets open to show you that this is how the sort of unit works. So that's really clever. And he's got, is this like a sort of walk-in sort of like fridge or sort of like preparing area, something like that? So that looks pretty cool. And this is a massive freaking like telescope. So I take it maybe like if you're on your private island, you can look at the stars, or maybe he just wants to be a bit creepy and have a look at his neighbors. But that is a massive telescope. And right through here, oh damn, These are sick. They are pretty massive. It is fair to say. It's almost like Mer scale furniture with sort of like normal scale mixed in. So you got these humongous sofas, but I gotta say, like, the actual sofa design, I think is pretty sick. I do think it's like straight out of IKEA. It's looking pretty awesome. So on the right side you have a corridor which nicely connects all the rooms, and once again, you know, takes in the landscape, takes in the scenery, which is definitely something you want to appreciate if you have a house. Good job on that glitch. And let's get to the back. So we've got a staircase there, and in the middle of the house, this is sort of like a little laundry room, so you know you can do it like that through there. Oh, there's a half bath. So you got a half bath just through here, which is sort of like nicely snuck into this. I didn't even know this was here. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, sure. I guess that makes sense. Like, you get home from work, you know, you need a shit. You don't want to walk that extra like 50 feet or whatever. So to have it near the entrance, it does kind of make sense, I guess. So let's get straight down to the basement now. I think we've covered everything. So let's have a look. Oh, I like the windows in this place. You know how it really does open up the build. It lets a lot of life and color in. Because this build is very sort of grey, isn't it? It's very grey and wooden. Like, the texture palette inside isn't that like lively, but the greenery from the outside helps sort of bring in some light, some vibrancy to the interior. So that's also quite nice. So down here we have a nice bathroom. It's very simple, but it does work really well. And I also like this little window up here, which just sort of brings in just enough light to sort of light up the place. So that's cool. And through here, what do we have? Oh, this is sick. This is really cool. I love how everything connects so well. Like the flow of the furniture. Yeah, it works so well. Yeah, this is absolutely amazing. Like how the wardrobe flows with this elevated layer which supports the bed. You've also got a desk connected onto this. Absolutely genius. I love that. That's amazing. So through here, I guess this is maybe the master bedroom of the house. So we have the backboard unit sort of here. We have a little clock, a flower, a light. You know, it's very simple, but it does work. And you've got a nice window through here. I honestly think the kids' rooms are cooler, so like it easily tops this room. The kids' room is absolutely badass. And then we have, I guess, a wardrobe here or some just extra storage space. So that's pretty cool. Just keeps the mess out of the way. And then through here we have this sort of shaded, big sort of like, I guess what we call it like balcony, sort of patio almost area, which connects onto this very long sort of dock right here where you can take out your private speedboat. Really nice. So fantastic house glitch. It's honestly amazing. It's probably my personal favorite. You know, we're not awarding first place, second place, third place, but I can see why so many people love this house. It is pretty amazing. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Hi guys, so welcome to the third project, the last project of today's video. So we're going to throw in some traditional for this project. Now, it's definitely not won its awards for the exterior appeal. I don't think this house looks the nicest from the exterior, but the interior is actually pretty amazing, I have to say. And just the fact that he's got a boathouse as well is really cool. So let's get straight into the main property first, and we can have a look inside of this thing. So who was this build created by, Arvid? So it's by nice teacher. That's a funny name. And then we get in here, and you're gonna notice, guys, that the interior in general of this property is just really nice. The layout also flows really well. I apologize for the funky doors and stuff like that. My forge kind of screws up everything, so I'm probably gonna turn that off in the next video. So as we get through here, we have a bedroom, so this is quite nice. all his furniture designs I think are honestly excellent, and like I said, his exterior also, his interior layout also flows really well. So we've got a bed here which flows nicely onto an ensuite bathroom. It's quite a nice design right here. I love this. Dude, look at this. So this is amazing. So you can see how the shower head actually connects up to the sort of tap for the bath. That's really clever right there. And then we've got the toilet, really realistic toilet, and a sort of elevated sink unit. That's quite nice. I also think his material palette for the interior is also quite nice. But this has got to be the favorite room of the house for me, and that's the kitchen. I think his kitchen is absolutely spot on. I think it's amazing. He's mainly just used sort of like birchy materials. It just looks incredible, and it's also built in the sort of Mer scale as well, which is becoming quite popular on the server. So as you can see, it just looks very, very realistic. Oh look, so there's a fridge design by this guy right here. And we have a dining table here, and he's also used cactuses on some edge rods, which I don't usually see done, but kind of work. I also gotta say, the lights in this place, like, have you seen these? Look at the lights. I don't think I've seen these light designs before either. Yeah, so I think this is new to the game. That's absolutely amazing. So well done for creating them. They look awesome. And then we have the living room in here. That is sick. That is actually really cool. And I think the painting also works really well. I mean, paintings can be hard to use if you want them to look really good, but I think this painting looks pretty fantastic. Sort of matches all the plants around here. And once again, like, brings a little bit more life to the room. Fireplace is also really nice with these two big bookcases. I think that looks fantastic. And yeah, it does. It sort of like all matches up. And also, like, the ceilings of this place look pretty cool as well. Yeah, definitely did. So what do we have for here? So we have a, I guess this is like maybe the single bed for like if you have a kid or something, or a guest bedroom, and this is also pretty cool. He's also done really well with window placement on this property. All his windows give off really, really nice views. Definitely the best views of the property, so that's also pretty cool. And then we have another ensuite sort of bath right here. Let's get through. Is there any more rooms in this sort of place? I think that's it, right? And the next thing we're going to show you guys is the boathouse, which I think is just so sick. It's kind of a shame there's no boat down there. That would have been really cool. But this is his boathouse, of course, so this is really sick. Let's get straight into it. So special thanks to Carrasco, who helped me with the boathouse. But that explains why it's so sick. And the sauna design. Oh, yo. This is dope. Yeah, this is really, really nice. This is pretty awesome. And then through here, what do we have? We have like also a toilet in here with a shower. Oh, this is nice. Wow. So I hope you traditional builders are also getting some inspiration. I also like when you come down the stairway, you can see the separation between the floors right here with these stairs. It's a really nice sort of little detail there. And then it drops down into the boathouse, which I just think looks so freaking cool. This is such a nice addition to the property. Really, really cool. I mean, a lot of people have just done docks, which are nice additions to houses, right? But the boathouse is just so much more creative. And there's massive sliding sort of like door for the boathouse as well. I just think looks absolutely amazing right there as well. Look at that. So there's some inspiration. If you guys want to know how to build a boathouse, I hope you found this pretty useful and you want to pick up some tips and tricks of building stuff like this. This is definitely an excellent traditional property to show you that. There's also an upstairs sort of like little balcony here where you can, you know, just sit down and sort of appreciate the view of all the beautiful landscaping and the ocean. So that has been it for our top 3 picks for this competition. Arvid is going to try and bring out some more competitions. Arvid, how many like sort of competitions you aiming for? Yeah, so Arvid's done a fantastic job of setting up this whole competition. As you can see, it's really nicely done, and we can see that a lot of people have really enjoyed doing it. They've been really into building some pretty awesome stuff. We've had some of our builders actually participate, but this is for apprentices only, of course, and we've seen some fantastic projects with a lot of cool and unique features. So thank you to everyone for entering. Me and Arvid are going to talk about this, but we're pretty sure that we're going to promote Glitch to Builder. It's not confirmed yet, but we really did like your house, Glitch, and we liked all the other entries to the competition. So thank you all so much for entering, and we really appreciate it, guys, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next competition video.